Hello, everyone. How y'all doing today? My name's GustShrugs and I'm here to stay. Except I'm weird. So hi, how are you? How was your Thursday? Hello, Crimson. Hey, Muffin, what's going on? Weird can be good. Weird is always good. As I always said while I was growing up, being the weird kid, weird is better than normal. So, uh, yeah. So yeah. So how's everyone's Thursday? Y'all doing good? Y'all doing good? Karma, what's going on? Here from work. Awesome. Thanks so much. Barack, so nice to see you. Or Llama. I don't know what I want to call you yet. I don't know. Crimson, what's going on? Luxin, how you doing? Not much, just vibing. Nice. Yeah, same. Same. What did I want to do? I wanted to do something. I wanted to um yeah, but that's for you, I think. Jordan ordered Jordan ordered nachos. Well, I ordered Jordan nachos. He picked them. No, I'm okay, thank you. Because from Uber Eats, I also got deep fried pickles. Uber Eats gave me a 75% off my next meal code. So, I decided to use it. Because I made dinner yesterday and I was like, I'm not doing it again today. Because I've had 2.5 hours of sleep. So I'm not doing it. So fuck that. Yeah. So let's see here. So anyways, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Did you read What Is Normal? I have not read that. Kind of woke up at 4 p.m. That's my Thursday vibe. That's awesome. I did not sleep last night and I fell asleep on the couch at 11 something and I woke up at 1 something this afternoon, 1:30, almost 2. And yeah. So that was me. That's been me. Just binge season 2 of Beastars. No spoilers, of course. Excellent. I have not finished season 1. So don't at me, but I currently watch a lot of Sex in the City because it's my favorite show. Yep. I'm a big old queen. I'm a big old gay, you know? Hey, Dark Angel, what's going on? I did not sleep either. I want the sweet release of sleep, but I have to work. Tinas, what's going on? Ahoy hoy. These fries are okay. They're not the greatest, but they are definitely British pub. 10 out of 10 debauchos. Hell yeah, we love the gays. Well, I mean, to be real, Sex in the City came out in 98. So I was 12. And I was an adventurous 12. I started watching it following year when I was 13. Because we had HBO. But like, I obviously didn't understand it fully because I was 13. And I kept watching it. And now I've seen the whole series, all 6 seasons, plus both movies. But I've watched all 6 seasons, I'm gonna say probably 3 or 4 times. I'm probably on my 4th. It's like my comfort. It's like my comfort show. You know how like some people watch Friends and some people watch How I Met Your Mother and some people watch I don't know. 30 Rock. And other people watch, what's that one with the math? Big Bang Theory. It's just one of those comfort shows you can put on and you don't, I mean, I don't have to invest into it because I already know every single episode. But you know. How's the nerd herd this fine time zone? We are, well, I'm in Eastern. I'm in EDT. I'm in Eastern. I know that we definitely have lots of people from all over the world in here. It's awesome that you're all here. This game needs to like pop up here. Oh god. That was loud AF. There we go. I think I'm gonna turn down the music volume pitch there. Yeah, Luxon, please don't. We like you too much here. You fixed a lot of iPhone screens today. Well, that's good. You know what I'm fixing for? A drink. Maybe Jordan will get me a drink because I'm so nice and I bought him dinner. Dying is bad for your health. 6 out of 7 doctors agree. Scorch! That's my name.
Gust.
Mm-hmm. That is my name. Thank you so much for the biddies. Hi. How you doing, cutie? Bard! Hype, 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 hype. So this game came out, well, it's not out yet. This is just a demo. This game was one of the games featured in the narrative game showcase that happened a couple months ago. And I went through all 40 some odd games that were being released. And I wishlisted? That's the right use of that word, right? Oh well, who cares? Anyways, I put them, all the ones that I wanted, on my wish list, and there was like 20 something of them. So, yeah, so. Oh look, I mirrored myself now because this is also a game that only shows up in one monitor, not the other. So, game developers, if you're listening, please, I know that your games are expensive to make and very time consuming to develop, but can you please, for the love of God, put in your graphic options, the very minimum is having it windowed and full screen, or borderless window and full screen. If you can go further, if you have a large budget, please allow the use of choosing which display. Like even Stardew Valley, not even a massively visually intense game. I mean, it's an intense game, but even with all of that, please, like even when you start it up, it's like choose which display. What'd you find in your pocket? What? 1,000? What? Who walks around with 1,000 biddies in their pocket? You got some... That's what that bulge was. My goodness, Scorch. Thank you so much for those biddies. You got some bits in your pocket? You just happy to see me. You know? So, anyways, that's my rant on display options. But so this was one of the games that I'm looking forward to. Maybe, I don't know. From what I read, it is a game that I'm going to look forward to. However, that being said, if I might play the demo and then be like, well, I can remove this from my wish list now. So we shall see. We shall see. My goodness, Scorch, you're so kind. All right, so I think we should dive in. I've done the 15 minutes of just chatting. Hello, Belch. What's going on? Whee! Papa. But what if we continue to chat? Well, we definitely can. I mean, I do love just chatting. Wow, that I got a grilled chicken Caesar wrap and it is divine. It is perfection. So good. Going great, having some banana pudding. Nice. I wish I had a beer. That's what I wish that I had right now. I've got this great British pub food. Pub fries, deep fried pickles. I would love to just wash it down with a nice cold beer. Oh well. Alright. Service is taking a poop. That's okay. Alright, let's start. Prologue. Yvette's story. The carriage rumbles and bounces along the cobbles as you approach Paris. It's taken over a week to get here, even carrying just yourself and your luggage. Your fiancé, Armand, arranged for the carriage to take you from your small village to a tavern he enjoys called the Orphan's Feast. There, he'll meet up with you. You'll likely take dinner together, and then he'll show you to your new home in Paris. For now, though, you've already finished all of your books, and Armand's letter is your only entertainment. Other than staring out the window... might as well take in the sights. Reading the letter one more time wouldn't hurt. Coachman, let's go. I don't have all day. How about... Might as well take in the sights. The sights of Paris. You crane your neck out the window to peer at Paris. It's even more than you imagined. The streets are a riot of color and energy as people go about their days. Elegant persons of fashion strut like brilliant peacocks. Students stumble under the weight of their books. Beggars alternate between pleading for alms and shouting invectives, not incentives. Oh my god. Invectives at passers-by. Hello, Darius. How are you? Everything feels significant, like the world's next act hinges on all of their choices. Though part of you is worried by your unfamiliar surroundings, you mostly feel excited. This place is to be the stage for your new life. Coachman, can we pick up the pace, please? Or read Armand's letter. But I would have rest. No, Luxon. You must have read the brief letter over 100 times, but you always found new details to puzzle over. Armand's letters were often extremely long, a habit you'd frequently tease him for in your own missives. Chère Yvette, I know it may be sudden, but I want to invite you to live with me in Paris. Back in your provincial hometown, you were engaged to Armand before he moved north to Paris to participate in the Estates General. He dreamed of changing the country, and this was the political event of the century. You mailed love letters soaked in perfume. He replied with volumes about how much he misses you. The romance of it all helped make up for the inconvenience. Not that your parents cared much about the romance. At first you'd been afraid to tell them their youngest daughter wanted to move far away. Instead, they nearly threw you onto the carriage to follow Armand to Paris. While you understood the significant benefits your common family would receive from your marriage into a noble one, you couldn't help but be a little annoyed at their eagerness to see you off. I can't wait for you to see it. It's like anything back home, a truly vital place where anyone can be anything. Je t'embrasse, Armand. That was something you were looking forward to, a chance to be something more. After all, Baroness Yvette de Marbeau has a certain ring to it. Before you know it, the carriage starts slowing down. You must be here. Armand arranged to meet you at a tavern named the Orphan's Feast. As tired and rumpled as you are, you're glad that he planned to meet you in a place with ample food and wine. When you arrive, the coachman helps you out of the carriage, and you find yourself outside a glowing, friendly-looking tavern. Look how pretty this is. Okay, so we've got 100 pounds here. This is Yvette's prologue. We have 0 credibility and 0 peril. So apparently you can get A, you can get money, B, you can get credibility, and C, you can be in peril. How interesting. The sign shows a grubby-looking child holding a plate piled high with fresh bread and roasted meats. This must be the place, or here goes nothing. This must be the place. Oh! Aw, she looks so friendly. I like the art style. And I also like the music. It's really nice. It kind of reminds me of, what's that? What's that show? Shoot. What's that show that I... Damn it, I can't remember it. Bridgerton. That's it. Kind of reminds me of that. She got a pancake with butter on her head, right? I don't really know what it is. It kind of looks like, some weird hat. Inside, a woman polishing a lantern looks up at you as you enter, and her face breaks into a bright smile. Bonjour, madame, and welcome to the Orphan's Feast. Her eyes linger expectantly on the door for a moment before settling on you. You're suddenly reminded of how rare it is for women to travel by themselves. How may I be of service? She asks. This is my first time here. Is there anything I should know to help me find my fiancé? Tutorial, or no tutorial? Well, we should probably do the tutorial, seeing as this is a demo. Don't worry. While the rest of the city can be rather cutthroat, the Orphan's Feast is a relaxed place. Damn it, I'm like switching now from French to British. Motherfucker. I'm thinking of Bridgerton and like the British accent. Relaxed place for getting your feet under you. The woman puts down the lantern she was polishing. She favors you with a devious smile. Find guests worth talking to and try to say the right things to the right people. Damn it, my accents are all over the place. Ah, fuck. There was British in there? Well, it's like switching slowly to British. I love that the music is even like slowing down. It's like, Gus, what you doing, boy? Oh, you'll never... Okay, so you have to use your time wisely. So you don't have enough time to talk to everyone. So it's not a game that you have endless, like where you can go to every single person and like fully like talk to everyone. I'm sure that if you look around, you'll be able to find your fiancé in no time. When she puts it that way, it suddenly sounds so easy. While you only have one outfit to your name at the moment, the Orphan's Feast doesn't feel like a particularly judgmental place in terms of fashion. Your credibility won't be shifted by what you're wearing here. Oh, damn. So based on what you're wearing, you gain or lose credibility? Shit. This game's gonna be intense when it like fully comes out. As long as you explore the tavern and talk to people, you should be able to find Armand soon enough. Okay, so there's the barmaid. This is the party map. Select a room to talk with people there. So there's this dude and there's this dude. There's people playing music here. This looks like this is where the kitchen is. That's the dining area, another dining area. Another dining area. I have 2 remaining turns. Washrooms! I'm assuming that's like the office or something. Well, let's go talk to this dude. An amorous inquiry. Well, you are in France. Fashion was very important. It's very true. Very, very true. No, we're in Paris. It said so at the beginning. But I am British, so that's probably why. Because we traveled, I think, from England to Paris to meet our husband. While you search for Armand, a handsome young man approaches you. Perhaps he'll be able to help. Potential rewards are 10 credibility and 5 peril. How is peril a reward? You look around the unfamiliar tavern, trying to find Armand. Your eyes scan for his chestnut hair, your ears strain to hear the sound of his infectious laugh. Someone clears their throat behind you. You turn around to find yourself face to face with an unfamiliar young man. He's well dressed and handsome enough, but it's the middle of the day and he already smells like 2 bottles of wine. Pardonnez-moi, madame, but I can never ignore the sight of a woman in need, and you appear to be lost. May I escort you? His smile is broad and cocky. I'm so glad to hear that. Can you help me find my fiancé? Or, no, monsieur, you may not. I am fine by myself. Oh, you are so kind. Please do. Oh, that is... Not what I meant at all, and you know it, madame, he replies with surprising venom. Oh, and you know it, madame. You have lost a little credibility. With a wave that is barely as polite as decorum requires, he departs to seek the affection of a different young woman. Ooh, he was trying to get all up in our britches, and we were like, nope, not today, sir. Oh. You've a limited amount of turns to talk at party. Conversing in a room always costs 1 turn. So choose wisely. Well, I literally cannot. There's only 1 conversation. A countrywoman. Now that you're more acclimated to the guests and travelers of the Orphan's Feast, you should be able to find someone that can lead you to Armand. After hours of questioning and searching, it's late in the evening, and you've still yet to find Armand. You're not even sure why, but you feel exhausted. Who knew talking to people was such hard work? Valid. That's so valid. Talking to people is such hard work. Now that you're warmed up, this may be your chance to finally find out where Armand is. You approach a woman who you had spotted glancing your way earlier. I'm looking for my fiancé Armand. Have you seen him? Pardon me. Have you seen the Baron de Marbeau? Or, my name is Yvette and I'm looking for someone. Can you help me? Let's say the Baron de Marbeau. At the mention of Armand's full title, she laughs nervously. She makes small talk for a brief moment before excusing herself and disappearing into the crowd. The room appears to be emptying out. A gentleman you remember seeing earlier walks by. He might prove a little more useful. Monsieur, a moment of your time? Have you seen my fiancé, the Baron de Marbeau? Excuse me, can you help a woman in need? Do you know a man named Armand? Let's play this card. He looks at you, glances over to the woman who you spoke with earlier, then quickens his pace as he walks by. Rude! The room is emptying out even faster now. You manage to get the attention of another woman. Hello, could you... She doesn't even slow down before she leaves. Wow. After a third person gives you the cold shoulder, you start to wonder what happened. Are you really that out of place? Is it something about Armand? What is going on here? Still, you check around the Orphan's Feast one last time. There's no sign of Armand, not even an open tab with the tavern keep. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. After waiting around for a few hours, you leave the Orphan's Feast, dragging your small mountain of luggage behind you. After all, the coach was only hired to take you to the tavern. Armand may not have been waiting for you like he said he would, but you memorized his address from all the times you wrote it on your letters to him. It's the middle of the night, but the street is still teeming with life. The light from the windows and street lamps sparkle like stars. You're tired and your feet hurt, but still, you can't help but smile. This is it. This is Paris. No matter what happens, you're still here. For a brief moment, you're not a country girl dragging luggage through the streets. You're the person you feel that you are when you close your eyes, alone. Overseeing a grand salon, surrounded by poets, musicians, scientists, philosophers, and artists. You are elegant, sophisticated, respected. You're getting close to the address. Armand never described his living conditions as such, or much. Oh, French pounds. But he's the son of a baron, and his family was always well-to-do, especially compared to yours. You've spent a lot of time in that carriage wondering about the home you'd spend your new life in. Livre. Still, you didn't expect this. Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wow. Okay. Home sweet home. Calling the house rustic would imply that you were out in the country, not in the center of a city. The neighborhood is nice enough, but you are worried that if you breathe too hard on the building, it'll fall over. A well-kept woman in the attire of a maid opens the door and approaches you. Ah, bonsoir. I assume you must be Madame Yvette. My name is Camille. Monsieur Armand told me to expect you. Is this where he lives? Oh god, the rats in there ate him, didn't they? Merci, Camille. Please take me to Armand. I was hoping that he was with you. Camille replies hesitantly. I haven't seen him in days. Thank you, Camille. Think he's alright? I'm sure he's fine, madame. Camille replies with a tone of voice that doesn't fill you with confidence. Glancing around, Camille seems to notice your mountain of luggage for the first time. Mon Dieu, madame! Did you carry all of this by yourself? You must be exhausted. She's not wrong. You're not certain how you're still upright and awake right now. Who knows, llama? Who knows? I've already made up your bed, madame. Please go inside and let me take care of this. You take your diary and leave the heavy lifting to Camille. The inside of the house isn't much better than the outside. Camille keeps the place tidy, but she can only do so much. Such much? Only can do such much? Spelling, or grammar, word choice, whatever. Still, you don't care about that right now. You're just happy to have a roof over your head. Stimky. You flop down on a nearby couch, open your diary, and start to write. You're tired, disappointed, and perhaps abandoned, but writing things down always helps you make sense of a situation. -5 credibility. Well, I had 0 to begin with, so it doesn't matter. Alright. miles. Early the next morning, Camille approaches you, occasionally wringing her apron with her hands. She's obviously nervous. Madame, is there something you should know? Taking a deep breath, she continues. You are expected to attend a party. How would they say party? The day after tomorrow, held by one of the Viscount de Foix. I mean, Armand replied to the invitation, but you were to be his date? Splendid, a party. What? Why didn't you tell me sooner? What do you know about the Viscountess de Foix? I'm sorry, madame, but a Viscountess is just felt above my station, so I tried not to pay attention whenever she came up. Camille replies with a shrug. Yeah, shrug. Shrug, shrug, shrug. I know that she never visited the house. Monsieur Armand seemed to like her, but from what I could tell, she was a little... how do I put this? Judgmental. She was a little very judgmental. I hope that helps, madame. Well, at least I have a party to go to. Camille looks visibly relieved. Parfait! If you need anything washed or prepared, just ask. That reminds me, Camille exclaims. If you're going to a party, you should probably make sure you're dressed appropriately. Fashion moves so quickly here that people retire outfits before they even wear out. At this proclamation, can't help but notice that Camille's uniform has been repaired many, many times. Camille continues. Oh my god. I really should not have chosen a game with all French accents. Because I can't do it. Can't do it. I sound like an idiot. Monsieur Armand was always going through clothes so quickly. He said that every outfit had a certain amount of novelty. Every time you wore them, the novelty would go down a bit. In fact, even a little thing like wearing the same thing twice in a row could run the novelty out faster. Can you imagine? Fortunately, he knew the most delightful clothier on Rue de Faubourg Saint-Honoré. He runs a shop called Le Petit Mogul. I'll draw you some directions. Immediately, she starts sketching some directions, mostly just simple renderings of local landmarks. Le Petit Mogul is now available to visit in the Paris map. If you head out today, you should be well prepared for the party tomorrow night. Okay, good to know. Oh, there's the party. We should explore Paris. Avril, May, Juin, Juillet. Oh wow. I'm trying to like... So what cathedral is that versus that one? I wonder. And which one is that? And that. And that. Look at that. There's so many churches here. I feel like this is where Napoleon's Garden currently is now, though. Like... in the real world. You know what I mean? Right, I'm just gonna get a drink. I will be RB in 1 minute. I just need a drink. Alright. I'm back. Alright. He died. Dead. No, died. No one died. Unless you're talking about Napoleon, because yes, he definitely did. Le Petit Mogul, a small shop run by the dressmaker Fatima Shana. Spend your day here to buy and sell wardrobe items. Okay. Darius, how was the rest of your stream? I was lurking in Cade's stream earlier, and then I managed to end up in yours. It's a long walk to Rue du Faubourg Saint-Honoré, but the trek to the narrow street is worth it. Every block hums with vibrant energy bursting with life. Porters and social climbers wind their way through the streets festooned with brightly colored parcels. There's a part of me that wishes that this type of life still existed. Like, no cars. There was just like such a simpler time. Like, that's the one thing that I loved about Bridgerton, the show, was, I don't know, just like the focus on like manners and etiquette and principle and just like tradition was just so cool to me. I just love that concept so much. I also love the fact that, you know, like now we make conscious decisions to, like, I have a garden in the backyard. I love my garden. I've been off for a while, but I've been neglecting it. I have been neglecting it. And that's a conscious decision, right? Like, I could play video games, I could stream, I could watch TV, or I could spend my afternoon in the garden. And I haven't. And I should, but I haven't. But like back then, you didn't have a choice but to be good at things. Or just be an alcoholic. But you didn't have a choice but to, like, in your afternoon, you would spend your afternoon maybe writing, reading, learning to play an instrument, painting, like sewing, like all sorts of things. All the things that like modern convenience has sped up, we don't do anymore, you know? The good old days, simple pleasures, yeah. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I lived back in the day, I would have an apothecary, I would be an herbalist, I would have a big garden, I would have like herbs and flowers and dried flowers and, you know, incense type stuff burning, like all the time. Like, that would be my hut. And maybe I'd have like a little shop in the city. Or it would be attached to like a tavern or something. I've always thought about that, about opening a tavern. Instead of just opening like a pub or something that's like modern, like opening like a legit tavern. I wonder if that would be possible in this day and age. And like actually do it with like the medieval fantasy, you know? So we have like barmaids and like they dress in like old style, you know? I want a big powdered wig. How accurate would you go? Would Gus sleep in the same bed? I would probably go pretty accurate, but not to the point where it would like, you know. I just think that'd be cool. Like, I think it'd be a lot of fun. And have like musicians and like the sketchy like mercenaries that could like role play, you know? Maybe have like a fortune teller. I think it'd be so cool. Alright. Paris may be a city swimming in fashion and finery, but this is the source. This street is home to all the major fashion houses in the country. And to Rose Burton, personal dressmaker. And to Rose Burton, personal dressmaker to the Queen herself. And now you're here. Back home, they sigh and dream of places like this, then quietly get back to their little lives. Not you. Your circumstances may be less than ideal, but you're still here. Le Petit Mogul, you mumbled to yourself idly, trying to make sure you remember the name of the shop. Eventually, you find a small boutique tucked between some far grander buildings. You open the door and walk into the tiny shop, which seems even smaller due to how absolutely full it is. This isn't just a boutique, it's a workshop for whoever works here. Rolls of gorgeous fabric cover every available surface. Cloying smoke hangs in the air. The scent is pleasant, but wholly unfamiliar. As soon as the door swings shut behind you, you hear a sudden rustling of fabric further in the store. A customer! Alhamdulillah! A surprisingly young voice calls out. I don't know how to do this accent. I'm not gonna try. Does she have an evil eye pendant? Or the, what's it called? The hand? The evil eye? Is she, You know exactly what she looks like, but I'm not going to say it because it's a bad word. You know, the Romani people, folk. Is that an opium pipe? Well, it might be. Who knows? It's interesting because, like, I come from a family of Irish travelers, aka like Irish gypsy. So I find it very interesting how there's like such a negative stigma on like the Roma folk, but like Irish travelers were very similar as like sex workers and fortune tellers. Panther! Hello, my friend. How are you? You know, I should have picked a game that had voice acting so I could, like, eat my dinner. Because I ordered it so late. Because I should have already eaten beforehand, but... ADHD brain doesn't work like that. Bonjour, madame, and welcome to Le Petit Mogul. Woman, presumably the owner, calls out to you. How may I help you? You have to work for another hour. Oh no, Panther. Oh, thank the gods. I love bed. I have an important party soon. I need to look amazing. No tutorial. All of this is so new. What can you tell me about the outfits and fashion? Well, we should do the tutorial. Welcome back. At those words, she looks giddy to the point of bursting, but tries to play it off as a knowing smile. This deception is only half successful. Oh, I think I can help with that. Okay, so this is us. Well, aren't we big-breasted? I don't just sell outfits here, I also buy them. Click the sell button to look. Select your provincial outfit. Oh boy. Every outfit has 3 traits: modesty, luxury, and novelty. Different factions prefer different looks. When you're ready, click on the buy tab to see what I have in stock. Select one of my outfits to see if it's to your liking. If you like it, you can click the purchase button to buy it. But I can't see it. Scandalous. How is that no modesty? Look at racy luxurious. Oh my goodness. Wow. 126 pounds. So like the plain vintage and the racy thrifty and the racy vintage all look the same. The scandalous. This party is being held by the Crown. They like outfits that are both luxurious and modest. So probably this one. Plain vintage. Okay. Yeah. Do I already have these then? All right. This was the next day. We are pretty. We sure are. You awaken to the vision of sunlight filtering through the shutters, scattering sunbeams across this dusty bedroom. It takes a few minutes before you groggily remember the events that brought you here. You also remember that tonight, you have a party to attend. Yeah. Oh, hey, Lazy. What's going on, buddy? Camille enters your bedroom, already full of cheer. Madame, when would you like to start getting ready? If this is important as the invitation makes it seem, I should start preparing now. Not yet, Camille. I have some things I need to take care of today. Well, we should start preparing now. That's good to hear. These preparations always seem to take all day. On days where you have a party, you won't really have time to spend exploring Paris. Once you go to your wardrobe, we can get started. Don't worry, Camille. I'm already quite good at this. I've never really done anything like this. Is there anything I should know? Don't worry, madame. A glorious woman like yourself is sure to catch on quickly. Hey, Gust, Lazy. Click here to go to the wardrobe. Select an outfit. Provincial. Oh, I want adventure in the plain. What? You know? It very much looks like Belle. Right there. So, exhausted, -5 credibility. Why am I exhausted? Viscountess Marcel de Foix's exclusive gathering is an intimate gathering of her most loyal peers for fine entertainment and elegant merriment. You are most eagerly awaited. Okay. How is this? So, the luxury and modesty of this is okay. It's an exclusive gathering, yet I'm gonna wear my farm girl attire? I think not. Oh. Bum, 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 bum. When your carriage drops you off at the party, you find yourself waiting in line for quite some time. Looking at the other guests, you wonder if you're underdressed or overdressed. It's honestly hard to tell. You look over yourself one last time and confirm that you're wearing your plain vintage outfit to a party being held by the Crown. Everyone has their preferences, and you've heard that they prefer their guests to wear racy outfits. Yours is plain. What? They said... They also seems to like luxurious outfit, and yours is vintage. The guests have no strong feelings on your outfit, and your credibility has not changed much. With preparations like this, the results of tonight could be a toss-up. While you're determining your standing in the world of fashion, you manage to overhear an interesting rumor while online. You make a mental note of it, just in case. You've gained a piece of cheap crown gossip. This will be useful later. This is like Bridgerton. Oh my god, I love it. Unfortunately, you can feel exhaustion set in as soon as you think of the full itinerary ahead of you. Tonight is going to be a long night. Being exhausted has given you a credibility penalty. Well, fuck off. I didn't choose to be exhausted. Alright. Immediately upon entering the vestibule, you're greeted by a doorman holding a small ledger. While he isn't physically barring your entry, his manner certainly is. Oh. Name, madame? He asks expectantly. Baron Armand de Marbeau. I don't know if I'm supposed to use my name or his name. Like, am I just a +1? Or... It will not impact your path. Okay. The doorman looks perplexed at you, flipping through his ledger. I do not see your name here. I am Baron Armand de Marbeau's date. He could not attend. Ah, that is most unfortunate. The footman replies, surprisingly disappointed. Viscountess de Foix was so looking forward to seeing him tonight. Please convey our deepest regrets at his absence. Is there anything I can get you? Please convey my deepest gratitude to our hostess, and that I'm eager to meet her. Oh, it is livres. Look. Look, you were right, you were right, you were right. Livres. Would you be able to take this gift of wine to our hostess? With a small flourish, you present a bottle of wine you had the forethought to bring earlier. It wasn't cheap, but the gesture is more important. You have spent 5 livres. Ah, merci beaucoup, madame. I shall make sure the Viscountess is aware of your generosity. Turning from you, he waves imperiously to another servant nearby, who takes the bottle from you. Afterwards, the servant dutifully scurries away. You hear some appreciative murmurs from other guests in the vestibule. Your gratitude and enthusiasm seem to have made an impression on them, doing away with some of the tension in the air. Surprisingly, the doorman himself seems rather unfazed. You have lost a little peril. You have gained a little credibility. Yay! I gained credibility. Before you can ask any other questions, he bows deeply. Before you can ask any other questions, he bows deeply. You to you. Pardonnez-moi, madame. Viscountess de Foix instructed me specifically to inform her as soon as you had arrived. We've heard so much about you. Enjoy the party, he says with a smile before leaving. Okay. Oh, look, it's this guy again. Who do I want to go and talk to? We'll go into this one. Oh. Oh, okay. So this one. Credibility and 5 peril. The gentleman who just entered the room seems like he's been to quite a few of these sorts of events. Perhaps he can tell you more about the host, the party. Some guests are admiring a painting of the hostess. Apparently it was painted by someone of considerable skill. In fact, you might even be able to meet such a person later. Let's talk to this dude. Looking for someone to talk to, you approach an older man who seems to be standing by himself in the and appraising the room. He nods politely as you approach. Look at the, like... I wish that houses were made like this now. Like, maybe not some of the big gaudy jewelry, like, not, like, the gaudy ornate, like, table and stuff. But I love, like, the door frames and, like, the curtains. Everything's just, like, modern now. It's just, like, modern, clean lines. Like, can we go back to the days of, like, having, like... I don't know. Now it's all, like, you have to clean your own house. Well, can I, like... I mean, I know I can just pay a cleaning company to come and do it, but, like... You know, it used to be, like... a thing, like you'd have like live-in. I mean, I guess you'd have servants. I don't really want servants, but because they generally didn't get like paid very well. But like I would want that. I would want, and I wouldn't call them servants either, but I would employ a staff, you know, to clean and whatever. Because the more surfaces you have, the more you have to clean, right? So looking for someone to talk to. Oh. I don't think I've seen you here before. How do you know our hostess, the Viscount de Foix? Oh, Marcel? Her family used to summer near mine in the south. We're old friends. An easy credibility challenge? No thanks. I've actually never met her before. What's she like? Ah, the Viscountess inherited her title a few years ago, and her father's vast fortune with it. She's currently unwed, though a few suitors certainly appear to be trying to court her. The older man rapidly lists the hostess's qualities, with the same tone that one might use to describe a horse they were trying to sell. Is this a point and click? Well, kind of. Also, hi Cade! What's going on? Oh, that's weird. My, like, Streamlabs just did a thing where it, like, disconnected me from chat and then reconnected me. Would I have a valet among my staff? Well, I would need a valet if I was gonna have, like, horse carriages, probably. You know? I'm not a huge car person. I have one because I need one, but I would never spend lots of money on an expensive vehicle. It's just not my game. So, Cade, this is a demo for a game called Ambition. It is so it's kind of like a visual novel with challenge components to it. So like there's a credibility level, there's peril level, you can get penalties and credits here, or penalties and like buffs here. You have like money, and you're basically this like betrothed young woman, country girl, who has been transported to Paris and is basically being introduced to the world of high society and fashion and nobility. Ooh, that's kind of neat. Yeah. Anyways, so it's just a demo because it was part of one of the narrative games in the narrative game showcase that happened a couple months ago. So it should, I think they said that it was coming out. Their planned, when is their planned? Their planned release is August, so next month. So, hopefully, yeah. So it's called Ambition, a Minuet in Power. 18th century Paris, a city of love, lies, and revolution. You are a woman of fashion trying to survive the political turmoil. Date a cast of unforgettable characters. Amass the wealth and respect you deserve. Engage in gossip that can alter the course of history or lead you to the guillotine. So, like, right now we're just playing the demo, but, you know, at some point in time, it could be very, like, you know, as the game goes on. A valet is the male equivalent of a lady's maid? Oh, okay. I thought you meant like a car valet. My bad. They would dress you and attend you. Chauffeurs were carriage drivers. I am sorry. I am being snobby. Is that the word? I just really enjoy knowing about old nobility and how the great houses worked. I love that stuff too, Luxon. That's so cool. You can definitely teach me. You're not being snobby at all. You can definitely teach me any of that stuff whenever you like. I am down to learn, because I also love that stuff so much. I would totally have a valet. I would totally have a valet. You are awesome. I know, absolutely. Like this, like, I wish that we still had this without all the issues. Like, obviously having a monarchy and everything obviously has its massive political issues, right? But I don't know, there was something to it that I really enjoyed. Okay, not something to it that I enjoyed because I've never lived in a monarchy, but the idea of it, and it's probably just romanticized. It was probably very terrible. I am not a super huge history buff, but I love just like that whole idea. But I don't like the idea of, obviously, well, you're either born and bred into nobility or you're just going to be a peasant and you're going to contribute to something that's way bigger than you and you'll never actually reap the rewards of that. I don't like that concept. So if there's a way that we could like blend them, a diplomatic monarchy, like, you know, sad British noises. Aw, Cade. Long live the Queen. But like, okay, so like, so if you look at like Bridgerton, right? Also, has anyone seen the has everyone seen that show, Bridgerton? So in the show, the Bridgerton household is this like beautiful Georgian mansion style with tall gate, and the front of it is littered with a beautiful wisteria. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. The thing that I also love about Bridgerton is that there is no racial inequalities. They've removed the racial bias from that time period. It's just something that I love about that game, or about that show so much. So if you look up like Wisteria Bridgerton in Google, or you'll even like the Bridgerton house exterior, you'll see it's just like, it's just so gorgeous. I wish that I had it. Wait, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Okay, so... However, with her current level of favor at court, any suitor would have to be influential indeed in order to attract her notice. She also happens to be rather particular about her appearance, and in all my years of knowing her, I have yet to see her forget anyone who has slighted her. Ooh, okay. So, you have to be influential. She has a vanity to her, and she is also a petty bitch. Great. Does that help clarify things at all? A moneyed woman of fashion who tolerates no fools? Interesting. Wealthy, vain, and somewhat vindictive? I'll keep that in mind. The older man chuckles drawly at your blunt assessment. I would recommend that you do. Once the Viscountess de Foix has it in mind to hate someone, nothing will ever change her mind. With a polite nod, he exits the conversation to mingle in the rest of the party. Oh, is this her? This must be her. Marcel appears. A woman in staggeringly pink dress is approaching you, carrying her pet dog. Judging by the way the other guests are looking at her, you can surmise that this is the Viscountess Marcel de Foix, the woman who invited you and Armand here. Minus 100 credibility and plus 40 peril. Oh, fuck me. Well, here we go. Huh. You nearly mistake the woman standing in front of you for some kind of walking confection. A pampered dog lounges in her arms. I don't believe we've had the chance to properly introduce ourselves. I'm Viscountess Marcel de Foix. Her voice raises in volume, imperceptibly, but it's enough to draw the attention of the large crowd and everyone in the room. Everyone, this is Yvette, Armand's fiancée. A murmur of interest washes through the crowd, and you can feel their eyes focus on you. I am so glad to see you. Armand, that ambitious little thing, has told me so much about you. In fact, I'd say that he's quite infatuated with you. Common girl like yourself, you're so lucky. Credibility up. Yay! Where is Armand, by the way? That's actually what I was hoping to find out. Do you know where I could find him? Marcel stares at you, concerned and shocked. You don't know where he is? And yet you still came to this little event of mine? She gestures a free hand at the most splendid party you've ever seen in your entire life. It is so kind of you. Of course I'll help. Doesn't foi mean fire? Does it? I know that feu means fire. I don't know what foi means. I thought it meant oh, they're a real person. The Count of Foix ruled the independent county of Foix in what is now southern France during the Middle Ages. Yeah. Interesting. Let's Steal her dog. Yeah. Mine now. Credibility up. Hell yeah. After all, you've already helped me. Oh. Armand, that ambitious little rat, was always reaching above his station, always asking for people to listen to ideas that nobody should even dare entertain. His audacity truly knew no bounds. Oh, so she's just a cunt. Her eyes are focused on you, but she's speaking to the crowd who seem to whisper in agreement. Even the dog regards you with malice. Rude. Now, not only do I find out that he's a coward who's fled his fiancée and the consequences of his gall, but now I have this commoner who doesn't know her place either. Oh. Oh. Oh, she's rude. I'm guessing this means you don't know where he is. I could completely just play the dumb card. Yeah, and why did you invite Armand here? Just to, like, make fun of him? Or not make fun of him, but to, like, call him out? I may be a commoner, but at least I know how to treat my guests. Oof! I don't really want to make enemies. I mean, does it matter? Not really. It's just a demo. I don't know what to choose. Like, part of me wants to choose this peril one. Because I want to be a bitch right back. Be like, no. Honey, no. I like that the violins are just like hanging. Why? Well, those craven nationalists in their dingy salons like to hide behind their pamphlets and newsletters. People of quality must be brave enough to denounce our enemies in person. She pauses before speaking to you in a whisper loud enough for the entire room to hear. Don't worry, I don't expect you to understand this. Your Armand is a conniving, traitorous opportunist who sullies the good name of the entire nobility just by being alive. The only reason he even chose a common girl like you to be his wife is because any lady of good breeding would see him for the weasel that he is. Marcel studies your face intently for a moment, and her voice suddenly fills with concern. Oh, you poor girl, don't look so hurt. Think of this as educational. You don't belong in Paris, the same way that a stray cat doesn't belong in that dress. She gestures dismissively at your finery. Oh, there goes all my credibility. Trying to look like us? Act like us? Stop, you're just embarrassing yourself. Murder her, then steal her dog. Now, leave my estate and never show your face here again. Wow. So sad. I don't think anything we could have done could have changed that, though, to be honest. Before you can reply, a valet grabs you roughly by the arm and drags you from the room. People like Viscountess de Foix don't need to do their own dirty work. They have servants for it. It takes far longer than you'd like to get outside, as the entryway is crowded with guests preparing to leave. You can feel their eyes weighing heavily on you. When you finally get to the door, you feel a brutish shove and you stumble out into the courtyard, barely keeping your balance in your heels. The area is equally crowded, with various persons entering the personal carriages. You can hear somebody snicker, but you have no idea who it was. The only thing left to do is go home. Sigh. This has been a night. I'll just leave. That's fine by me. My face is the only pretty thing in that gaudy house anyway. I'm gonna take the high ground for sure. Choosing to take the high ground, you straighten your posture and hold your head high, striding towards your carriage, as if it was your intention to leave like this all along. While you make a great effort to haughtily avoid eye contact with all of those watching you, you can tell that some of them are quite surprised by your decorum in this dire situation. What a snobby, self-serving pantry, right? You have gained a little credibility. Oh, hell yeah. When you arrive at the place where your carriage is parked, you quickly find out that it isn't. It's gone. You check to make sure that you're in the right place, but to no avail, the carriage you hired is simply not there. He went home, a passing coachman says helpfully, while adjusting the harness on a grumpy horse. Doorman came out about an hour ago. Told him you wanted the coach to leave without you. Seemed real important, so he went home. Before you can even respond, he gets his carriage moving, leaving you alone with yet another indignity. Going back to Marcel is obviously unacceptable. It's too far to walk home. Most of the other guests have already left. However, there appear to be 3 other carriages waiting to leave, each of them quite different. Perhaps one of them can help. The humble carriage to the left, the bold carriage in the middle, and the extravagant carriage to... Let's go to the bold carriage and see. The carriage in front of you is obviously being used by a soldier of some sort. The driver is leaning intently toward the passenger compartment, waiting for orders. You recognize the insignia of the Queen's Dragoons on the side of the carriage. It feels noble and proud, but also capable. You consider the bold carriage for a moment. Is this who you'd like to ride with? He's a man of honor, sworn to protect France. I'm the next best thing to that. Let's go. Let's look at the other ones. The humble carriage. The carriage to the left of you is of foreign design and features a gilded crest as its only ornamentation. This crest is emblazoned with a motto in Latin and appears to belong to a priest of some description. The curtains are drawn, but someone appears to have lit a lantern inside. Judging by the occupant's silhouette, it looks like he's reading. And let's see the extravagant. Oh. The carriage to your right is richly decorated, yet somber. Swags of black crepe hang from the roof of the carriage, leaving only glimmers of the gold underneath. The decidedly feminine bent of the decorations indicates that the occupant is a woman, but all of the black suggests that she's in mourning. You consider the extravagant carrot from him. Is this who you like to ride with? A wealthy widow helping a lost soul in need. It works in the books. Let's go. What do you guys think? The soldier, the priest, or the widow? I'm kind of thinking the soldier, personally, but I'm also biased because I'm a sucker for a man in uniform. But you know, I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Settled on your decision, you set out, ready to entrust your fortune to an honorable stranger. I might not choose the soldier or the priest because they are men and that could be used against you. That's true. That is true. But hopefully a soldier or a priest, even though they're men, might... Well, the priest is sworn to God, so he shouldn't do anything, you know. And the soldier hopefully won't if he's honorable, but you never know. Well, we'll see. At the sound of your approaching footsteps, the coachman's hand flickers towards his weapon. Turning towards you, he looks you up and down before he relaxes. With an apologetic nod, he gestures you toward the door of the carriage. You rap your knuckles gently against the carriage door. The door opens immediately, and the man steps out. He bows to you, formal and precise. Corporal Dumas of the Queen's Dragoons. How may I be of your service? My name is Yvette de Cow. May I trouble you for a ride to my home? Please, call me Yvette. I have been beset by grave misfortune. He glances off to the side and shuffles his feet slightly. That does sound terrible. How can I refuse? Corporal Dumas gestures to the carriage and climb in. The second you're seated, the carriage takes off, working its way towards the main road. The pace is fast and purposeful. Corporal Dumas is across from you, not quite staring, but certainly assessing you. I don't mean to be rude, but what was an enlisted man like yourself doing at that party? Did you have a good time tonight? What made you decide to give a stranger like me a ride? Find out what he was doing there. You're not being rude. It's a fair question, he replies, flicking his rank insignia for emphasis. Every now and again, someone remembers my father and sends me an invitation as a courtesy between nobles. Despite my considerable talents, I think they're really just inviting my father's memory, not me. Still, I attend because I'd hate to insult the host by turning them down. A comrade of mine was nice enough to arrange for me to have this carriage for the evening. He waves around to your conveyance, which is probably only meant for officers. Let me turn the question around. What was a commoner like you doing at that party? I've been abandoned by the love of my life, and now I have to find him. My fiancé's missing. He was supposed to be there. I'm just looking for leads. Offensive. I've been abandoned by the love of my life. Not dramatic in the slightest. Let's go with it. How tragic. He certainly wouldn't be the first man to abandon a good woman. When you find him, are you planning on winning him back or simply getting revenge? It's not winning him back, because I don't think he ever stopped loving me. Revenge? I prefer to think of it as justice. Or honestly, I don't know yet. Fair. Is there anything else you'd like to know? What made you decide to give a stranger like me a ride? When I wear these colors, I represent the queen herself. I could never turn down a woman in need. He straightens up in his seat, looking every bit the man of action. Besides, it's the right thing to do, which is its own reward. Would you believe that someone tricked my coachman into leaving without me? Our horrid host convinced my idiot coachman to. Well, you're here in my carriage, so I have no choice but to believe it. Unless this is some new sport where beautiful women see how many rides they can get from gullible do-gooders like myself. Aww. Gained a little favor. If it is, you'll have to teach me the rules sometime so we can play on equal footing. Any other questions? Did you have a good time tonight? Of course, I enjoy being the center of attention, and there isn't an audience I cannot thrill. He laughs. From the theater to the sword, I have repartee for all occasions. As you can tell, I'm also extremely humble. Gives you an exaggerated wink. What about yourself? What happened in there? My fiancé has some enemies, and they tried to make sport of me. Emphasis on tried. Our host felt it was acceptable to victimize me for something my fiancé did. Disgusting. I have no idea what our host was thinking, doing something so mindless and cruel. They should be ashamed. You deserve better. You talk with Corporal Dumas for a while longer, exchanging jokes and pleasantries. The conversation turns to your childhood in the country and coming to Paris. As you might have guessed, I'm not from Paris originally either. My father had to sell some precious things in order to bring me across the ocean.
I don't see how that's any of your business.
And pay for my schooling. Needless to say, I was immediately captivated with life here. How are you finding your first few days in Paris? Disappointing. This place has been nothing but cruel to me. It's trying, harsh consequences, but I see the possibility of great rewards. It's exhilarating. It's a whole city of luxury, love, and knowledge. I'm gonna say it's been trying. I want to be honest, but I don't want to be complaining. Like, this is like negative, this is neutral, and this is like overly positive. Finally, someone who gets it. Corporal Dumas slaps his thigh and laughs with excitement. Amazing. I'll have you know that it took me over a year in Paris to fully grasp that. You've gained some favor. He stares out the window at the city. Sometimes I feel that's why I fell in love with this place. It does not love unconditionally. It can be infuriatingly fickle. Still, here you can climb to heights greater than any other place in the world. Your conversation dies down as fatigue overtakes you both. Soon, there is only the sound of the carriage's wheels and the horse's hooves as you wind your way through Paris to your home. You've almost drifted off to sleep before you're jolted awake by the carriage coming to a stop. The coachman opens the door and waves you out. As you're stepping down, Corporal Dumas looks out the door at your home and whistles to himself. You've chosen quite the place to live. Well, if nothing else, the rent will be cheap. Oof. You've gained a little favor. Until we meet again, madame. He calls from the carriage with a quick bow as they drive off into the night. You turn to your home and see that Camille is already there, holding the door open for you. Who was that? I like this guy. I do too. See, the soldier wasn't too bad. A good soldier doing his duty, nothing more. A most intriguing man of honor, and hopefully someone I'll see more of. See, I don't want it to seem like I'm not interested in Armand, but I'm gonna just go with it doesn't impact it, right? So, speak your mind. You step inside and head upstairs, your mind still reeling from the day's events. Slowly, you get undressed and open your journal to record exactly what transpired tonight. The Queen was recently seen bedecked in a spectacular new diamond necklace. It is a sign of royal power. Is it a sign of royal power or unnecessary excess? -5 livre, -5 peril, and -5 credibility. Okay, I think we did okay. We held our own. I don't know how long this demo is. You awaken the next morning in a bed that still feels unfamiliar. In the process of waking up, you start to recall last night's humiliations and wish that they were merely the product of fitful dreams. Unable to go back to sleep, you spend some time tossing and turning in bed before finally getting up. Nothing is going to make last night go away. The only option is deciding what to do next. You feel exhausted, not physically, but in your very soul, like your fate in Paris has already been decided and that to remain here would be pointless. It would just be the humiliations of last night, over and over again. However, stronger than that exhaustion is the simmering rage you feel at the outrageousness of your circumstances, at the injustice of your treatment, and at the thought of you going back to your tiny village after finally making it here to Paris. No, you must not go back. You cannot go back. Not while a single candle of your ambition still burns. Camille pops into your room, already dressed and ready for the day. Bonjour, madame, she beams. It looks like you have had quite an active night. Is there anything I can get you? Please find a spare pillow and smother me. I'm not sure. Do you know how to make a murder look like an accident? Sigh, some kind of refreshment. Certainly, madame. What can I get you? Tea, please. I'll need to keep my wits about me. Wine? No. Tea. Definitely tea. Tea. Nap time. I'll be back. Okay, Belch. Enjoy your nap. Camille returns so quickly with the tea that you're certain she made it ahead of time. It's piping hot, fragrant, and not too bitter. You drink the brew in silence, the gears of your mind slowly getting up to the speed. The tiredness fades, your anger does not. Oh. Yeah. Ooh, credibility. Sweet. I'm gonna play you in the background. Okay. Perfect. Enjoy your lurk. Your lurk nap. You take a few moments to finish your drink in silence and collect your thoughts. Something that keeps coming to mind is all the gossip you've heard during your time at the party. Most of it was idle prattle, but some of it felt scandalous and valuable. Without an inheritance or a job, you'll need a way to make some money. Maybe someone would be willing to buy this gossip. Is that a thing people do? Camille taps her chin thoughtfully. Well, when I was at Les Halles the other day, someone mentioned something about a newspaper with these amazing society pages. I think it was called La Trompette du Peuple. Oh, okay. They'd have to get their stories from somewhere. Why not you? In fact, I bet you'd be great at that, madame. Merci, Camille. I think I'll do just that. With that, your day begins. Alright. Let's go to La Trompette. You walk through the city, following Camille's directions. Eventually, you find yourself threading through narrower and narrower streets. The alleys packed with refuse, the occasional vagrant napping in the shade, feel almost oppressive in their closeness. Suddenly, the alley opens up into a wider street near a square. You can hear the splashing of a fountain nearby. You finally find the sign for La Trompette du Peuple. Peuple? Peuple. I think it's Peuple. The paint appears to be fresh, but the office seems awfully small. The door is locked, so you give it a knock. Nobody answers. Looking around, you find a hastily written note lodged in the doorframe. It reads, "Office temporarily closed. Engaging in emergency fundraising efforts. We apologize for the inconvenience. Management. Yes, fear not the setback. The light of journalism shall never fade." It's at that moment you realize the splashing in the fountain is getting louder, accompanied by some of the most inventive profanity you've ever heard. Against your better judgment, you decide to investigate. "Aha!" a reedy voice shouts triumphantly. You come upon a man in grubby finery, up to his knees in the fountain. His shoes have carefully been placed at the water's edge. He does a little jig as he drops a wet coin into his snuff box, which is clutched tightly in his other hand. Noticing your presence, the man in the fountain turns to you with a nod and a smile that attempts to be ingratiating. "Bonjour, madame." Are you Pierre, the esteemed editor of La Trompette du Peuple? Are you serious? This is your emergency fundraising? The stranger smiles, sours, and he marches out of the fountain. "I shall have you know that fundraising is far more difficult than it appears. Even the most noble of men must occasionally stoop low to accomplish great things. Now, what do you want? If I wanted to sell you some gossip, how would that work? Are you still buying gossip?" A devious smile crosses his face. "New to this, are you? Don't worry, it's much easier than you think." Cheap crown gossip. Oh, it's fresh. Increase or decrease the power of the crown by a small amount. Gossip's value is determined by its tier and its freshness, but it also has an effect. If you peddle influence, If you peddle influence, I'll take the gossip for free, but you can use that effect to change the standing of a faction. However, right now you need money, so click on the sell gossip button. Oh, okay. Are you sure you'd like to sell this cheap crown gossip for 30? If you do this, there should be no chance of the public finding out. When you sell more gossip in one day, you increase the chance that you'll be found out by society, damaging your reputation. However, the first sale of any day is always safe. Go home. Interesting. I love that we do one thing a day. You wake up the next morning to a polite knock on your bedroom's doorframe. Camille enters, carrying a small armload of letters. Madame, Camille starts, both confused and hesitant. There's a lot of letters for you here. Are they for me, or are they for Armand? Take a letter. Excuse me. My goodness. Interesting. The letter, written in elaborate calligraphy and sealed in stamped wax, appears to be an invitation to a party. The other letters, cradled in Camille's arms, are of a similar type. Oh great, more chances to be humiliated by someone I don't even know. Why would anyone invite me to a party? Well, madame, you're a little famous right now, Camille replies. Everyone's heard about your run-in with a dreadful party host. Help you? I'm in Paris. Jordan's laughing at my accent, chat. He's laughing at my accent. How rude. Eh? How rude. Have they preyed upon your honor and spirited away your carriage driver, leaving you trapped? Oh, it's raining. Did you cut the grass? Oh my god. It's gonna rain for the next 2 days. You don't think that's exactly how it happened, but decide against fretting over the details. Emil starts to talk faster and faster. Then, when all was lost, you were saved by a beautiful stranger who escorted you home in the moonlit night. It's so romantic, no? Oh, the rumors are already running rampant. Why, just in the markets the other day, I heard someone say that you've taken a liking to... Camille stops, stares into space and blushes. Actually, never mind that. Never mind what? Yeah, yes, let us never mind that. Never mind it again. Never mind what? It's just rumors from the marketplace, madame. Nothing you should dignify. In any case, this is your chance to meet people in the city who don't hate you, or Monsieur Armand. You have received many party invitations. You can now receive party invitations from all over Paris. In fact, I'm sure that anyone who really judges you fairly is going to love you. Merci, Camille. I really hope that is true. That's all well and good, but how does any of this work? Don't worry, madame. It's quite simple. Oh! Oh, there we go. That's the demo. Congratulations on successfully finishing the demo for Ambition, a Minuet in power. We sincerely hope that you've enjoyed the very beginning of Yvette's adventures in Paris. Please consider adding Ambition to your wish list on Steam or the Humble Store. We cannot wait. Well, that was fun. That was good. I liked it. That was good. I like that.